Boom, 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 kaboom. You are live and alive. Yeah, that's what I said on my post on Facebook. I said, I said, I'm going live and alive because I was like live in the direct. I'm not going to die direct. It sounds weird to say it live and direct. Are you alive or are you dead? Like make a choice there. Live and direct or live and alive. So I said, fuck that shit. Live and alive.
Yes.
So Frank, we're here today again to do PT's book.
That's
Very
right.
much alive, giving thanks for life as always. That's
Once again, logging in.
You log in. Oh, you have a log. We're logging in. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, man. It's to log in, put that art on fire, man. Day after day, like it's such a great feeling. Like you have to experience it to know it. It's like God or the divine. You have to know it. It's not something you have to believe in or believe there's a God or believe there's a creation or you know it in your heart. It's like the truth. It's not something you believe the truth. Like you know it. So
you have to question that you exist. You're experiencing life. So yes, you do.
Exact. So no, give thanks for life. You are alive if you're listening to this. So so the vote to evolve. I'll let you start with this one, Frank. Then we'll exchange our thoughts on it after I read the French and boom, we're on.
Let's go. The vow to evolve. People take many vows, but very few take the vow to evolve. Those who don't take this vow will always devolve. Evolution is not automatic. It doesn't happen by just existing or in time, as Darwin may have some believe. There is no evolving by chance, and there is no neutral ground of stasis. It will always be up or down, and for those who are not fully committed to evolving, it will just be down.
Yeah, that's the truth. Le serment de l'évolution en français, le serment de l'évolution. Les gens prêtent beaucoup de serments, mais très peu prêtent le serment de l'évolution. Ceux qui ne prêtent pas ce serment n'évolueront jamais. L'évolution n'est pas automatique. Cela n'arrive pas juste en existant ou avec le temps, comme Darwin a peut-être pu en faire croire certains. Il n'y a pas d'évolution par chance. Il n'y a pas de terrain neutre de stagnation. Cela sera toujours monter ou descendre. Et pour ceux qui ne sont pas complètement engagés à évoluer, cela sera juste la descente. This is, it's all big. Everything I read in that book, I always say, oh, this is big. It's all big. It's all mega. It's all like gems and stuff. So I'm going to stop saying it because the whole book is a gem.
Yes.
So, yeah, the vote to evolve. If you can be on the fence. It's either you go up or you go down. So you go up with your emotion. And the whole thing about evolving, it's also evolving out of your bad habits, evolving out of your miserable stance that you take here on earth because you don't think you deserve life or something, like it's very, or you don't think that you come from a big bang and there's nobody supporting you in this world. Like I can say God or whatever word I can use, the divine, but there is a force supporting us once we start aligning with pure principles, which is truth and divinity and love and evolution and stuff. Like what you think you're gonna be left alone in a sand pit in a like bottomless pit? No, it's not gonna happen. There's always the moment you align and you take that vote to evolve, you can only go up. There's no way that if you're serious with it, that you at any moment will go down with your emotion or because it's all about how you feel, eh? It's how you feel. It's how you feel. So do you want to have greater feeling with life? Do you want to feel life? Or you just okay with feeling dead and eating dead food and all the dead stuff that you consume? Like at one point, you have to evolve out of that dead state.
Yeah.
That's the evolution. It's out of the dead. Like wake the baby and get out the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Like that's the evolution, bro, and then the rest will come easy. Like if you tell yourself, I'm done Walking Dead, I'm done walking blind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done walking blind. Now I want to evolve. So now you start to make changes that brings you to evolve in a good way, not in, it's either you devolve or you evolve. So you cannot be on the fence. There's no word to describe the fence other than a fence. There's no word in between devolving and evolving. Also, right. I don't think of any. Maybe you can tell me in English if there's one that fit in between devolving and evolving. Is there something in the middle? No, I don't think so. So you either evolve or devolve. It's your choice. Yeah. Now, it might not be your only choice if you devolve. That's the thing. Because NPCs, like you sent me, are meant to devolve. Now, maybe some of us are not meant also to really find this evolution, but I think every one of us, here, can get out of that NPC state. Yeah. Anyone that takes, because we're all human, we're all here on Earth. Now, maybe some are really so less that they can't see an evolution possible. It's not even, the words are not even on their radar. Like I say often, before you wake from the dead, all we're talking about is like unknown because it's in the alive part of yourself. So you always been in a dead state devoluting. And that's the truth. So the moment you say, okay, that's enough, now I'm evolving, well, you make the change, like I said, and you go on with life and you take it a little bit lighter than you were before, and you stop accumulating junk and stuff and like stuff that doesn't matter, and you start focusing on stuff that matters, that brings you greater feeling of evolution, evolving. Like you can feel that stuff, and you can feel yourself changing day after day too. Like I feel it. I feel the energy rising and that fire getting more and more fierce day after day.
Yeah.
And that's, the evolution is also the evolution of the fire within.
Yeah.
You have to evolve from the pilot state to the like bonfire, like the bonfire. That's all they call it.
Yeah, bonfire.
I'm good. I'm not so bad. Sometimes I might say stuff that is like not really proper English, but also my first language is French, so I mix a bit of both sometimes. Like
yeah.
But that's my way of speaking English. Anyway, I'm not so bad because I can be on YouTube live and direct. So live and alive, not live and direct. You see, I can cut myself live and alive. So Frank, tell us about the vote to evolve and how you see this. It's possible, definitely.
Yeah.
How do you see it from your perspective, and how do you imply it also into your life, that vote to evolve yourself? Like I'm sure you have, I know you do many different good action, I know it, but tell us, Frank.
Yes. The vow to evolve. I mean, this is a great P-log in terms of like just getting really clear with yourself. What do you want and where are you trying to go? And we all have a certain degree of this within us. Like, how serious are we going to be about how we're going to live our life? And are we going to try to let ourselves slide? Are we going to try to let ourselves get away and take a shortcut or whatever? Because sometimes we can fool ourselves. We can try to trick ourselves and be like, well, I can like, I want good for myself, but I know maybe I'll still do a little bit of this and kind of like, but it's never going to work that way fully, because you're not really like giving it your all. And I remember there was a time in which like that fire started burning and started getting hotter. Maybe it was the pressure from outside in the world or my life circumstance that was just coming at me. And I was just like, you know what? Like this sense and this this energy of devotion toward actually wanting to live life like with a real purpose and with actually connecting with divine. Because in the end, that's all. And in the beginning, in the middle, and the end, that's all there is, right? Divine, what divine has made here, we are part of it. We are, depending on how our life goes, we're going to traverse to different levels of getting closer to divine, or having some experience where maybe we are less connected to divine, or however it is. But this vow to evolve, I love how P says this. It's like, so it's a path that very few take, at least in our present time and state, because we can just look out in the world and see. Because if we all did really have a commitment and started working toward this concept, this idea, or this reality that we can evolve, we can work to live a more natural life, we can work to get ourselves more sorted psychologically so we can be kinder to ourselves and to others and to nature, the environment, the animals, the plants, everything. If we really all took this seriously as like, okay, yeah, I know I have all these other, quote unquote responsibilities that I have to do. I have to, earn some money. I have to interact with either the people that are around me, maybe my family, maybe there's children in your life, maybe whatever your situation or scenario is. We all find ourselves in different situations, but we all also, as beings who are, working toward awakening themselves and activating their consciousness for real meaning, real purpose, working to connect with divine and actually move toward like this love, this divine love, where does that start? Care and concern for the self, and then that moves out to others. But
and I don't think we should like stress ourselves out with that. As long as you're moving towards the light, towards the love, you're evolving.
Yeah, exactly. And like we've mentioned this many times before, and P mentions it too. Like, it's not an overnight switch. You're not going to like reach level 10 in the flash of an instant. It takes work, and that's part of this logging in bit. You start where you're at, and you start taking simple actions that are achievable every day. So you start refining your diet. You start taking a little time to connect with nature. You start taking your shoes off and grounding. You start, expressing your gratitude to the earth who supports us, to the elements. We receive the energy that sustains our bodies every single day, from the air that we breathe, from the water that cleans us, from the spaciousness that we get to exist inside of, the fire that cooks our food and digests our meal, assimilates all those nutrients into our bodies, the earth that we are living upon and gives us the form and the function, like all these things. So much to be grateful for. And we can start kind of becoming aware of that and expressing gratitude, air, for this breath that I breathe every single day. Even when I'm asleep, I'm receiving energy from the air. My body is able to receive that prana, all the time. So like these little things, when you start to realize, open your eyes with a real eyes of what is actually this miraculous thing that's happening constantly, again and again and again, all the time, your body like actually functioning like this is a magical instrument that we are operating through, and like P says, the body is the most advanced technology on the earth, more advanced than any AI or tools or whatever that are here. This thing right here that we're inside of. And so starting to recognize that, and the more that you start to recognize that and give your gratitude or appreciate loving the little bits, then you start to see this bigger picture of what's going on. And so just coming back to this, the vow to evolve. Yeah, it's not, there's all these sentiments like time heals everything, or, and things do change in time, but like we're not, without putting an intentional effort towards our well-being and starting to transform ourselves, we're not just going to change without effort. We have to implement that the willpower that is part of our, right? We have to exercise our free will. We have to, start making choices with awareness for well-being, to expand and open our consciousness. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, and we have to stop lying to ourselves too. Like, how many times a day we lie to ourselves, like in our dead state.
Yes.
You reverse that and you start speaking truth to others, to you, and align with the evolution. Like, I don't know, but for us, it's easy to talk about it because we're in it. But if I project myself just back 20 years, I wouldn't even know what to talk about. So, like, it's like a process. Like you said, you unstack the bad habits that you have, because we have stacked up the habits and the consumption and the like watching TV and all that nonsense. We accumulate all that stuff really to a level where we lose all perspective of reality, of what truth is, okay, because we have stacked up too much nonsense in our life. So it's time to undo that pile of nonsense that you have created for yourself. And now you can be light after. The reason why you're heavy and you feel heavy in this world is because you have stacked up too much nonsense in your head. That was my feeling. So I've been there. Now I'm unstacking the nonsense. That's why I'm on YouTube.
Yes. That nonsense has so much weight. It just pulls you into, negative experiences and hard, pain.
You're going to become an NPC at one point if you stack up too much nonsense, and you're going to lose all sense of what life is, life itself, just life itself. So you go out with your, am I going to say it again? Your stupid goggles, dog goggles, and stuff like that. And I kind of waited a bit. But, you go out with all kinds of devices. Like, sometimes I see people on the bike path, I can't even see their head. They have a cap, a helmet, big dark goggles. Like, it's an alien or what? Like, it's not even a human being. Like, what? God made a mistake with your eyes or what?
It's a Minecraft. You got a big block over your entire head. All of your senses. Like,
and sometimes I see some on a little freaking device with a full face on their face. It's 30 degrees outside, full face, man. I'm like, shit, you must be out in this, bro. I'm going me fucking nothing on my head, no goggles, no nothing. Like, enjoying the air and the sun. Like, I anyway, the dark goggles. Anyway, so that's an evolution out of this also. Like, once you start to realize that all these devices keep you device, it's a vice, keeps adding vice and stuff. So you let go and you unstack the nonsense that keeps you down. So the next one, Frank, is has to do with evolution again, I think. Evolution is the only revolution. Oh, that is good.
That's it.
Woo! And it will not be televised.
Well, that's right. Evolution is the only revolution. Some ask, what is the point of evolution? Why be so concerned about it? Well, if one is fine doing what one does not want to do, if one is fine being a slave to an evil system, if one is fine being helpless, if one is fine with things not going their way, if one is fine being blissless in hell, then there is actually no need to worry about evolution. But once you have made the decision, don't complain about it. Your job, your boss, your boring life, your pathetic existence. If you, however, do want to break free of the matrix prison, you would need to evolve. There is no other revolution which can save you. Revolution is just real evolution. And for evolving, you will have to be respectful to higher and divine.
And not rebel against it.
That's right.
L'évolution est la seule révolution. Certains demandent quel est l'objectif de l'évolution. Pourquoi s'en soucier autant? Eh bien, si c'est OK de faire ce que vous n'avez pas envie de faire, si c'est OK d'être un esclave d'un système maléfique, si c'est OK d'être impuissant, si c'est OK que les choses n'aillent pas dans la bonne direction, si c'est OK d'être sans béatitude en enfer, il n'y a en fait pas besoin de se préoccuper de l'évolution. Si vous êtes correct avec tout ce que j'ai lu au précédent, là, ben, pas besoin de se préoccuper de l'évolution. Mais une fois que vous avez pris votre décision, ne vous plaignez pas de votre emploi, de votre patron, de votre vie ennuyeuse, de votre existence pathétique. Si cependant, vous voulez sortir de la matrice prison, vous aurez besoin d'évoluer. Il n'y a pas d'autre révolution qui peut vous sauver. La révolution, c'est juste la révolution, c'est juste la vraie évolution. Real evolution. Et pour évoluer, vous devrez être respectueux envers le supérieur et divin. Yeah, this is big, but also this is so big because we're so inverted in that way that we think that exactly evolving is going against divine, because that's what we do. When we say we're rebel, especially when we're young, if I take my example, rebelling for me was getting drunk and destroying my body. Destroying my body was being a rebel, like going party and do all kinds of stuff that didn't make sense. So often we have it inverted. So we become very disrespectful. If you're disrespectful to your body, you're disrespectful to higher and divine. Definitely, let's link together. You cannot talk about love if you don't love yourself. Like, don't come to me with love if you don't love yourself. And loving yourself is taking good care of yourself, not cheating all day long and cheating yourself all the time with all kinds of nonsense. So definitely the real revolution is your evolution, and that happened on a personal level. That's why it won't be televised and stuff, and all the stuff you see on the outside is very irrelevant, because are you going to evolve? Like, the evolution is the revolution. Each and every one of us evolving is the key to move out of this matrix. And it can crumble overnight if we all decide to put effort to it. But sometimes the effort involved in evolving is, people prefer to die than change their habit.
That's true.
So what am I going to do here to tell them to change their habit? It's on you. It's you. You want to live good, or you want to live feeling good also. Like, when you eat bad food and stuff, you always feel bad. When you smoke, when you you cough like a trooper, man. Like, what's the point? Like, that tells you your body's rejecting something.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you should pay attention, but no, we're so out of sync with taking care of ourselves that we're only devolving and we're on auto destruction. That's the devolution. And until you flip the switch, you flip the script to your advantage, to you evolving, you will always constantly be on a path of devolution. And you think that all these things are okay to, you don't need to worry about evolution and stuff, because also you're very shameless in the process. People are very shameless not evolving because everyone's devolving around. So it's a pampering cycle of madness, of devolution, pampering cycle of devolution. And we all pamper each other and tape ses fesses, puis ouais, t'es bien correct. It's freaking nonsense. So, it's really detrimental to a human being to be on that path of devolution. So definitely, if you're not okay with all of what we're saying here, that votre emploi, votre patron, votre vie ennuyeuse, your pathetic existence, because our existence is very pathetic. The path is hectic. Definitely. It's very hectic path. And most do not most are blind to it. That's why they're like NPCs going around a video game in this world. I always feel like this world is like a movie, and people are like the Washmania. You know, when you start seeing them going around with the Washmania, man, it's Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
They put so much effort in keeping their sarcophagus clean, their home, their house, whatever you call it. I call it a sarcophagus because that's where they die. They put so much effort in keeping it clean and pristine that they don't even realize that it's not where the filth is. It's not where the filth is. It's inside you.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm starting to get the garbage out. I called recently, a few years ago, I called a big garbage truck and I dumped everything in it. And now Truman is alive. So yeah, no, it's an evolution. It's necessary, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on yourself. A lot of stuff you have to purge out of your life. So once you do that purge, it's okay. After you're gonna circulate freely in the world, just like a pipe that is clogged and you unplug, the water will flow. And you will flow, and you will flow to a great evolution without putting undue stress on yourself also during that process. You're good. So yeah, no, life is good. We're living the good life.
Oh yes, yeah. So grateful.
So Frank, tell me about the revolution.
Yes. Yeah, I love how PT and the Vedic point of view really puts the emphasis on individual action. Like we read in that P-log earlier, action is paramount. You know, it is the pinnacle of what gives you power is taking the actions that are going to transform you. And so, you know, he starts with this point. Some ask, what is the point of evolution? Why be so concerned about it? And you have to start connecting those dots, you know. You have to know that all of the negativity that you have experienced or potentially experienced is because of you've made a decision that has led to some circumstance or result, you know. And sometimes it's harder to connect the dots between action and consequence. Maybe things come into your life and you're like, where did that come from? You know. But you also have to just recognize, like part of the nature of life here is that we do have to deal with death, decay, disease, old age, different things that are not pleasant. To when you're faced with that, it's a challenge. It's hard. Nobody likes to have to deal with someone that they're close to going away, and you'll never see them again until maybe some other existence, you know?
And the amount of money you have in your bank account and your big house and your big car becomes totally irrelevant in the face of sickness.
Yes, exactly.
Okay? It's just because you think you're good and you're not feeling sick and stuff, but once you hit a sickness, all this becomes totally irrelevant. So what's the relevancy now?
When it hits home that close to your own body and your own, hey, that the sand is running through the clock. You know what I mean? Like
so maybe I should stop accumulating junk and consume nonsense and just focus on treating myself better. Yeah,
exactly. And so that's when, and even if we conceive of this bit of like bigger revolutions, you know, that we've at least learned about in whatever history class or something, it's because there is some unrest from the people. The people are being oppressed. The people are being held down. They're being lied to. They're being cheated upon. They're being, you know, sickened. And what do we see happening in this world? Yeah, it's time to make a change, but we can't expect that change to happen through the government or someone else is going to come and do something for me. No, I have to start taking the power back in, because what is in our hands, what is in our own free will is the action that we can take, you know? So we have to start recognizing, okay, I have a certain degree of control that I can influence my own reality through the choices that I make and things like that. And like P says, revolution is just real evolution. So that's getting back to actually taking care of the self, actually connecting with divine, actually, and right, we start with the simple things, the food that we eat, the words that we speak. How do we even just hold our posture and our own energy? How are we going to relate to others and things like that? So,
And you can tell someone is an NPC when they speak and they don't think, especially in English and French too, because they're two spelling languages like crazy. There's spell in there like
yes,
freak,
exactly.
like bad magician stuff. Like if you
Mhm.
don't give attention to what you speak, you will speak all kinds of spell, and you will
Yes,
bring those spell to you. So
exactly.
that's exactly what you need to do. Is like maybe start noticing the words coming out of your mouth. Like I'm
Mhm.
trying hard on that stuff. Even
Yeah.
here on YouTube, sometimes you see me struggle with words because I'm trying to rewire my brain to something else, more love, more light than darkness and con and stuff. And so yeah, definitely the words you speak have created life, and death is in the power of the tongue.
Hmm.
Simple.
Yes.
So stop
Yes.
lying to yourself.
Hmm. Exactly. And it's not hard to see how much effort is put into keeping people asleep and in a
Yeah.
slave state. I mean, you have to be completely hypnotized and mesmerized through the false education. Through they have to drug us. We're kept on alcohol. We're kept
Oh yeah.
on synthetic foods,
Yeah.
synthetic
All
stimulus.
to numb ourselves.
Exactly. And so it's hard. Like, think of someone in a coma, and they're trying to be awakened by the outside. But if they're constantly being, re-upped on whatever type of drug that
Yeah.
is keeping them asleep, then how are they going to wake up? You have to, like you said, you have to unstack all those negative actions. You have to unstack all of those actions that are, keeping you weighted down and with low consciousness. And you have to, so first you start to take those out, right? Like, take out the poison you're feeding yourself, take out, whether it's through your food or whether it's through your music or your
Yeah.
sensory input that you're giving yourself. Start to put those things away and then replace them with the natural things, right? Natural foods, natural sounds, connection with nature. Like, give yourself a chance to go out and connect with the natural world. It will actually fractalize your life in a really cool way.
Yeah. And it's
You know?
called an alternative for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's where you should go to an alternative.
Uh-huh.
Like it's from the beginning of this earth, what people were doing, like the natural way of living. But no, we're so caught up in that matrix of illusion life and collecting junk and vanity and nonsense and big cars and like the stuff I see out there, man. Crazy, crazy shit.
No.
So yeah. So wow. The
Yeah.
next one is a good one too. I think it goes. It's
Mhm.
a good follow up. Is addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction, man. That's what keep us numb and dumb and
Hmm.
dumbified. And I don't know if we're dumbified. I think we're because the supreme intelligence is always there. It's always within. So I don't even know if we're dumbified or we're just like being transformed into NPCs.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's a transformation. Like so, maybe there was Transformers. You know those little comic thing Transformers.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
because that's what happened to us. We kind of transform into something that is non-human.
Hmm.
We're supposed to be human, real human with love and light, but no, we
Yeah.
transform into death and freaking nonsense, uh, shadow of a man, and yeah,
Yeah.
we're not even real human. Okay, I'm gonna tell you as it is. In
Yeah.
your default state, you're not even a real human.
No.
So you got to bring yourself to be a real human with
Yeah.
compassion, love, light, all the good divine feelings, not the evil man-made feelings that are accessible to the masses and like by the ton, like by the truckload. the bad feelings. They're like, come on. So so addiction, Frank.
Yes, addiction. What is addiction but a lack of diction? A or a is always a negative, as in dharma, which is righteousness, versus or adharma, which is unrighteousness. Most people right now are sidey and have bad/improper diction. No wonder all ancient Vedic gurukuls just mainly concentrated on getting the diction right. So-called schools and universities of right now have teachers who have no clue as to what proper centered diction is. So it's no surprise addiction is rife.
Yeah. Addiction. Qu'est-ce que l'addiction si ce n'est qu'un manque de diction? C'est ça. Qu'est-ce que l'addiction si ce n'est qu'un manque de diction? Comme A est toujours une négation. A est toujours une négation comme dans dharma, justice, et adharma, injustice. Okay. So, adama in Hebrew means earth or something. Adama in Hebrew. Yeah. Daniel says that in one of his songs. So, la plupart des gens aujourd'hui parlent de côté et ont une diction inconvenante, mauvaise. Pas étonnant que les anciens gurukuls védiques se concentraient principalement sur enseigner la bonne diction. Les soi-disant écoles et universités d'aujourd'hui sont des enseignants qui n'ont pas idée de ce que la diction centrée correcte est. Donc, ce n'est pas une surprise que les addictions soient courantes. Like I said, the life and death and power of the tongue. So you got to learn how to speak and speak. First, the truth will align your speech. Like you will stop. Often, I like that sidey thing that he talk about because I see a lot of people talking from the side of the mouth. You know, like something is not friggin' right here. Like, like why you talk like this, bro? Like,
right? Yeah,
you know, proper diction, proper articulation, articulate your word, articulate your word properly, and that's to me a great way to get rid of addiction, because the only reason why exactly we stack up the addiction is because we don't have a proper diction. We're stuck into lies and deception, and that's the realm we're in, and that's what we believe in. We don't know nothing about life. We don't know nothing about divine. We don't know nothing about ourselves. We don't know nothing about the phone we use. We don't know nothing about freaking nothing and pretend to know everything. Because we go around and trash our bodies like crazy, and it's going to be okay. You know? Like, until something hit, and then you realize, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe now you start undoing the addiction and the path to, to proper diction. First of all, align with truth principles, with reality, with what's real. Let go of the fakeness and all that stuff, and stick to this for 2-3 months and see how your life change after. So, of course, a proper diction will bring you a proper centering, proper posture, proper everything. So the moment you start thinking about the words you speak, also when you think about the words you speak, you don't go sidey, because sidey often is because you don't know what you're talking about. You just regurgitate verbal diarrhea that you even either heard, or you're just a repeat robot, like a parrot. You just parrot things around. So, anyway, that's my point. So, addiction, Frank, tell us about this.
The power of the word. I think we've all heard like that saying that, your speech is powerful, so be careful what you say. And that's why P brings up, and we're talking about these things with how these languages put spells on us. Like if we keep speaking the spell that is the common speak right now without consciousness and awareness, then we're gonna stay trapped in that kind of illusory matrix that they put on top of this thing that we're in right now. But this is one of the great things that the Vedic culture And one of the things that P emphasizes so much is the power of speech. And actually, if you can start to change the way that you speak and the words that you use, and that's why the mantric practice, the science of mantra, the science of the using your words and repeating things over and over and over again that are actually pure principles or in alignment with truth, or affirmations that I want my well-being. I want to increase my intelligence. That is going to, evolve me. I want to, be humble to higher and divine. I want to work for a harmonious relationship with nature and with the elements. And we can repeat simple things like this, and that starts to make a mark on our consciousness, and it starts to kind of put the light bulb on when we have the choice. And you're going in the grocery store, you're like, what am I going to have for this strong? What am I going to have for the next meal? And you might not just grab the quick thing, because your awareness might be like, oh yeah, okay, I want some well-being, I want to feel good. And so I want to make a conscious choice, for something that's actually going to support me and support my energy, my life force, and my evolution. But yeah, like P is saying, most people have improper diction. And so we stay trapped in this kind of loop, this unfortunate loop, that there is a breaking point for everyone. And because if you don't work to change, then, it's just a matter of time.
And the proof that we're a bit like NPCs is you said, oh, I want to evolve, I want this, I want. Then you're saying it to yourself. It has very big power in there, because the NPC state, or the default state, that's going to be my NPC state. Your NPC state doesn't ask question like this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't question what you eat. You don't question nothing. So that's your NPC default state.
Yes.
Once you start rewiring yourself, you will speak out what you desire out of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to speak it into existence. And that can change your whole life, because your default NPC state, you don't wake up in your morning, because you're mourning every freaking day, you're freaking alive dead. So I'm going to start to rent here again. I'm going to try to. You don't tell yourself, oh, today I want to devolve. Today I'm going to treat myself bad. Today I'm going to put my dark goggles on to see the sun. Today you don't tell yourself that. So how do you come to even doing it? It's not you. You're an NPC. You don't ask questions. You go along with the program, and you obey the program like a robot.
Yeah.
So that's why we are in an era that there's robots around. They're making robots like that guy, I won't name him, but he makes all kinds of robots and stuff, because that's what we are in our NPC default state. We do not question anything, not even the food we eat. We don't even read the ingredient. That came in the 80s or 90s. They started putting ingredient list on stuff. Now they put all kinds of label, but even that they don't care. They don't question what sugar does to them and this. So your NPC default state will literally be you not questioning anything. But when you start, like you said, to say, I want to evolve, I want my well-being.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
I'm
sorry, but you are moving out of the NPC state right now.
Yes.
It might take you a while to completely be free in your game, but eventually you will. So just keep on keeping on and give thanks for life every day, and just move out of that dead state. I mean, that's what I'm trying to every day. I come here, I log in, I try to share my thoughts, and if that can help me and help someone else to evolve, I think it's winner. It's winner, winner.
Exactly.
Chicken dinner. But I don't eat chicken dinner. So. Yeah, winner, winner. We're just going to leave it at winner, winner. But winner sounds like a wiener, like a hot dog sausage. I
Right.
always found that word wiener,
Hmm.
winners. Like anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, Frank, you were on point with that. I want thing is really what you said. Yeah.
Yeah. It has so much power, and like P says, the Vedic Gurukuls concentrate on getting diction right, and that's this whole mantric practice, and that is one of the primary focuses in terms of our daily actions that we can take is speaking the right things, and not only affirmations but also praises of nature and divine. Because this last Plog too, the evolution is only revolution. The end, he says, for evolving, you have to be respectful to higher and divine.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, uh, because of our ignorance, speak out negativities to people who actually might know more than us and actually have more awareness. We need to work to just have that learning attitude, and be like, hey, I want to come from a beginner's state and be open like a child. I want to have that openness to and have that wonder, and start to put in the right things for myself.
The masses are stuck into believing also. So
Hmm.
they need to believe stuff. Like they don't need to know. They don't think they need to know anything. They just need to believe. So
Hmm.
now you go from a state of believing to becoming a knower. Well, that's going to take you time because you've been believing nonsense all your life. So now you have to
Hmm.
undo all this and to
Yes.
know exactly who you are. First of all, just knowing who you are, where you are, what you have to do.
Mhm.
Those existential questions should be resolved from any being here. Like they are existential question for a reason because it has to be resolved within your existence, not
Mhm.
when you're dead.
Yeah. Right.
Like who you are, where you are, what you have to do here. I know it.
Hmm.
It's resolved. I dig inside myself so much that I found it. But
Yeah.
you have to dig. You have to dig it sometime buried deep within yourself, depending on this nonsense you have stacked up. Like I said, you have stacked up a pile of nonsense in your life and you believe that's true. Now you
Hmm.
have to unstack all that pile of nonsense. It's going
Yeah.
to take you time, but
Hmm.
it's doable. Like you can get to the pile being very thin and the veil being very, very thin. There's always some kind of a veil illusion. Like I
Hmm.
feel sometime, but it's lifting day after day, and
Yeah.
it's the illusion of yourself also that you lift, and that
Hmm.
now you start to hear your voice. At one point, it's good, feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want to add anything else on that one, Frank?
No, it's just and I feel like some thoughts that came to me with these other ones too, and this one also is just with this vow to evolve, with this working to get out of these childish ways,
Yeah,
or not maybe kiddish is a better way to say it, or ignorant ways, really just takes a certain level of maturity. We want to be, we want, if you want more response, if you want like a higher level of life, then you start taking on more responsibilities, and part of that is being responsible for yourself, your body, the actions that you take. So we want to rise to a level of maturity in which like we can start getting nicer things, having a nicer life, having a nicer experience that comes from, you know, and so we want to stop these, speaking nonsense. We want to stop, unstacking all. We want to unstack all these not nonsensical things.
I have a good one for you. Just stop playing with toys. You want to
Right.
become a man and a real woman? Stop playing with your freaking toys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I see. I see people playing with toys, bro. It's sick.
Hmm.
They are childish and keep in a childish state because they enjoy play. We play with toys when we're young. We play with big toys when we're older. So let go of the freaking toys you have around you. All the unnecessary stuff you put energy to, and those consume your energy, your time. Your time is your life. Your time is the essence of your life. Like, if you don't value your time, I value my time so very much, man. Every minute I'm alive on this earth, I want to do something great, something greater, something more of an evolution. And it's not because I'm on the fucking high all day long, like a wire, like doing something. But my mind, my soul is yearning to be free all day long, all the time. So there's always my soul yelling at me and say, "Come on, do something, do like." So it's a bit like not a double personality thing, but you have to become one. Become one is exactly that, is becoming one with yourself. It's not, I can become one with you anytime I see you. I put a mirror in front of the screen. I see you. Like, it's a mirror verse. Once you see it as a mirror verse, also, it's easier to process others around you.
Yeah.
They're just another version of you. You're just another version of a human.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes it easy to. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. I lost it. I say too much stuff. Sometimes I lose track of my stuff. But we can go on to the next one. Maybe we'll finish with the
path.
Pat. And there's a P and a T in there.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
And the chair. The H is like a chair.
It's
shaped like a chair.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe on your path, you should sit down a bit and relax and take a good look around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe we go too fast on the path. We don't take time to sit and observe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to look around.
Go, thank you.
All right, path. There are those who try to hide behind complications and say there are many paths. The reality is that there is only one path, path, with its normal two directions, one going away from divine and one going towards divine.
So true, so true. La voie de Pat, la voie. Il y a ceux qui essaient de se cacher derrière des complications et disent qu'il y a beaucoup de voies. La réalité, c'est qu'il y a seulement une seule voie, Pat. Et ces deux directions normales, une s'éloigne du divin et une allant vers le divin. Like I said, it can be on the fence. It's either you're going towards divine, you're divine, and going towards divine, it's not because you're going to reach someone higher in the cloud one day and shake your hands. It's not like that. They're not going to come and pat you on the back and say, hey, you're doing a good job, bro. No, it's on you. It's all on you. It's you that have to realize that you're on the wrong path. And once you start going towards divine, exactly, you start going towards your divinity. Like, it's all about you and me reaching that divine Christ consciousness, whatever you want to call it, state. It's not in the church or in any building or anywhere in the world you're going to find it. It's all within. So as within, so without. If you start cultivating a great within, you will have a great without. I don't know. These are like common sense stuff. Like common sense, like you attract what you think about. Like, I don't know. This is simple human stuff, bro. But no, it's getting so out of reach from most people because they believe that they believe in themselves. Also believe in yourself. Yeah. Oh, like what? I'm not alive. Why do I need? I know I'm here. Why do I need to believe? Like, but that's the realm that we're in. We believers. We're not knowers. So we're taken on a ride, man. They're going to take you on the ride of your life of belief. I'm telling you, if you let that mind go into beliefs, you're done. You're done. You're cooked and fried.
You always hear believe in yourself, but you don't hear as much work on yourself. If they said work on yourself, then you can work, then you can become something more. And not just believe something's going to happen without doing anything.
No, it's action is paramount, definitely. And like I said, no one will come and save you. You have to save yourself. Like, I don't expect God or the divine to come down from the sky and save me and take my hand and bring me to a higher realm. It's my job.
Right.
I will get there If there is, like, I prefer gamble with God anyway. Like, I prefer gamble with God than that freaking evil shit.
Yeah.
So I have more chance to feel better also with
Mhm.
life gambling with God, because I
Yeah.
know it's. I've never. I've seen it. I see it all around me. But I mean, that's what everyone says too. We see it all around, and like, I think it's much deeper than just seeing it all around. You have to
Mhm.
feel it. You have to become it.
Yeah.
You have to become a God.
Mhm.
But that's a big job. We're so, like, it's possible. It's possible that we all become God and goddesses. What are we here? If it's as above as below, that means there's God and goddesses on earth. There's God and goddesses above. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's not a single operator. I don't think that have made all this possible. Like, I think it's a bunch of good energies that made the earth and the people of the earth and the fruit and the animals and the seas and
Mhm.
the river, and, like, come on. So maybe there's a river god, this god, this god. Who knows? But
Right.
anyway, I think there's something very divine, and once you start walking towards it, you're gonna feel it. I
Mhm.
cannot tell you what the feeling is. I cannot tell you freaking anything here. You have to experience it. I'm just sharing my experience.
Yeah.
Now you go out, you smash all doors in front of you, and you live your life. Like, life is to live. Life is not to be dead. So the
Mhm.
path is not destruction and death. The path is aliveness and life.
Mhm.
Give thanks for life, love for life. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I have so much love for this life. I would come back 5 times over again.
Mhm.
I have so much love. I would redo this path all over again, because
Right.
it's in the path. Like, the old, I will never reach a point where I will say, "Oh, I got here now." It's nonstop.
Right.
It's like your all life on earth has to be dedicated to higher and divine, and it's
Mhm.
nonstop. Like, it's not something you put on pause, like
Right.
you do with your evil state. Oh, I'm taking a pause, and then, like, you're on deep rest.
Mhm.
Like, the evil stuff will take you on deep rest, and you'll be completely unalive, like living unalive. Like,
Mhm.
is that a feeling for a human being? Come on. That's not. It's not. I know today it's not, because, like I said, I know. I don't believe it's not. I know. I've been there. I've been dead, and now I'm alive. I feel alive. It's
Mhm.
about how you feel. You might not see me alive, but I fucking feel freaking alive. And I say it, and I'm alive, and I will come live and alive again.
Uh-huh.
Oh my OMG. I'm gonna start to rant again. Oh, right. Right. Okay, so where were we with this? That's up to you now to give me your
Yes, yes.
perception, your perspective on the path, on
Yeah, the path. I mean,
The Jedi path. Yeah.
exactly. That's one of these. So, like we've mentioned earlier in some of these other P-logs and at other times that we've conversed, we've talked about this, thing where they put a spells out there, and one of the algorithm of the current spell is that, oh, there's many paths. Oh, I can live. There's many different ways that people can just live how they're going to live, and they're all going to get to the same place. Well, P's got news for you, because, like he says on the back of the book, he's setting the record straight. He's going to speak some facts, and
Yeah.
you better be ready to listen up.
Truth is gonna hurt. Like, the guy I shared the video, he said truth is gonna hurt because everything prior to that was a lie. So of course, if I come here and shoot truth, it's gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
don't know about it, if you
right.
believe stuff.
And he always says too things like multiverse always wants you to face the facts. And so the sooner you can do that, the better it's going to be for you, because when you can start facing the facts and living by what is real and not doing some type of pretend game or something like that, the sooner you're going to actually start to come into what you're here for and start taking the life seriously. It's like we read in another plog back there, it was like a principal operating system. We need to uninstall the operating system that life is but a joke, and we need to install fully life is serious business with serious consequences, because
Yeah.
that's for real. And so we need to start getting there with
And
God.
the consequences are not just after death. That forget about after that, okay? You're
Mhm.
gonna face consequences in your freaking
Now,
lifetime now.
yes,
Now.
right.
And days after and all the days of your future and the
Hmm.
consequences is here and now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're okay with those consequences? Like it's
Hmm.
consequence for a reason. It's a
Yes,
sequence of con that you're
hmm,
taking part of. So
yes. And
definitely
so,
not.
like coming back to this P-log, there, like B says, in the reality, there's only one path with its normal two directions: one going toward divine, one going away from divine. And this also reminds me of like when P's talked about, you know, um, when divine had created this realm and all its operations and its functions and how it works, there's divine law that applies to everyone. So it's not like divine has created different laws for each individual. So I can do this, but you have to do this. And then you had no. It's like we all work on the same actual, there is karmic laws that applies to everyone. Now, how we express ourselves and our own personhood, our own individuality, now we're going to express ourselves differently, but just because there's multiple ways of expressing things, that doesn't mean that that certain laws don't apply. It doesn't mean that I can be disrespectful to nature and not get consequences because I'm different or something like that. No, those type of, there are things that applies to everyone, and if we can live by them, become aware of them. Like P has simple ones, no being can own another being.
Yeah.
So don't be attached to how other people are going to be. Just work on doing what's right for yourself, or this, like I had just mentioned, if you are disrespectful toward the higher or toward nature or the elements and things like that, you're going to get consequences for it that are unpleasant. So don't do that. Work to cultivate love, work to divine up some positive qualities, some positive
Yeah.
behaviors, some things in which we can be respectful and express our gratitude to these things that support us and that we learn from.
The gratitude is a must. The gratitude should be at the center of your heart. And
Hmm.
if you put gratitude at the center of your heart, well, you will become a servant art. Oh, isn't it beautiful to serve? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what you're here for. What, you're here to watch TV, pay bills, and die? That's life. No, I'm gonna serve iron divine from till I have no more breath to going through my nostril. I'll speak truth, facts, and reality to this world till I have no more energy, no more, because they woke me up. They poked the bear now. They poked the bear was sleeping. They came and poked the bear, bro. I'm alive.
Right.
Like now, I'm
Uh,
coming out my bear hunt, and I'm coming after Babylon. I'm gonna kick them all.
right.
Anyway, no, it's just that is the serious left poked me with their nonsense and
Mhm.
enough, and now the bear is alive, and my sister-in-law called me brother bear, so that's why it came to me. Now they poke the bear, and that's what I told the girl yesterday when I brought her stuff. I said, "Now you just poke the bear." So yeah, so it came to me. So Frank, large up
Likewise.
again,
Hmm.
and it was a great talk, very enlightening. It's
Yes.
always towards evolution, so
Hmm.
we're not gear up on devolution. We're geared up on evolution. So everything that will come from us has to do with evolution. We're trying our best also to like bring a positive vibe, a good vibe here. It's like the
Hmm.
music I produce. It's always a good vibe. It's
Hmm.
sometimes it might hurt a bit, the stuff we say in there, but like I said, it's only gonna hurt if you were living a lie before. If you're okay with if you live by truth principles, there's nothing coming at you true that's gonna shake you in your core. Like
Hmm.
everything can come to me. I'm ready for everything, bro. Everything will like shake me no more.
Hmm.
Like it shook me at the beginning to realize that the sun was moving in the sky. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Right.
now it's giving thanks for life, and yeah, focusing on the good, and God is good, definitely. So
Yes.
boom. So that's it. We're out, and we'll be forward again. You say like even
Yes.
say I'll be back. I don't say that. I'll be back. Why would
Yeah,
I?
we'll be forward.
We'll
Yes.
be forward because Truman and Frank are on a forward trud forever.
We'll be logging in once again.
They're logging in with more fire and stuff as always. So give thanks for life and live your life. Live your life to the fullest. You know what I live full and die empty. Now we have it backward. We live empty and we die full. So try to live to the fullest and die with your tank empty and with a smile on. And that will give you a smile on your face when you, at the moment of passing, you will not pass in fear and not knowing and stuff. So yeah, give thanks for life. Live full, die empty. Boom, we're out. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.